Hi, welcome to finding an image in Google and opening it in Photoshop. The first thing we want to do is go to Google and you want to type something in. I put in find an angry cat. What we want you to do though is I want you to go up, once you do that, go into Tools and I want you, oh no, sorry, go over to the left where Images is. Okay, click on that. Then click on Tool and I want you to choose the type of thing. I want you to use Creative Commons, which means that you have the right to use it. Then I also want you to go back and do that once again under Tools and choose Large for size. All right, so that'll knock out all the smaller ones. And then pick one. I chose this cat here down at the bottom because actually it's very beautiful and not very angry. And I am going to download it to my desktop. And then after I've downloaded it, I'm going to go over to Photoshop. Takes a minute to download. Head on over to Photoshop. And I'm going to choose New File or Open. I guess I'm going to choose Open. And I will then go find that image that I downloaded and I will open it. Now what's happened is we now have this image in Photoshop. You'll see there are a lot of different things, and part of my screen is hidden and I apologize about that, but under Windows up at the top you can actually choose what workspace you want to work in, and that will change some of the tool positions, that kind of thing. So I changed it to photography workspace, and you'll see over here looking for layers. It was already open. If you see over in the right, you can see layers. You see there's a little thumbnail of the image. It's got a lock on it. That lock or that image right there means that it's a smart photo, which you're going to learn about in the videos that you're going to watch. But also here, this little black and white circle, those are filters. And if you do those filters, they will not change your actual photograph. You see how I chose one and it came in at the top like that in the top layer? So that will affect whatever I do to that photograph, and I think I went to posterize for this one. It will affect the photograph, but it's not actually changing the file in any way. So if I turned off that filter, it would come back to the original file. So now I've added another filter, which is the black and white filter, which took the whole thing and changed it to black and white. And you can drag these filters into different positions to see what happens. The black and white one, regardless of where it is, it's going to make that photograph black and white. So you can undo it, or you can actually drag that filter to the trash if you want to, or just start playing with some other filters. So I'm just going to let you watch to see some of the things that I'm doing. And what I want you to do is I want you to find a photo, bring it into Photoshop. I would like you to play with as many filters as possible and then upload 2 or more of your finals to the blog. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to pause for 1 minute. Okay, so now I've sped this up significantly so that we can get through it a little bit faster, but you can see I'm choosing different filters, doing different things, playing with it. But what I'd like to do now is show you, once we get through this, show you how to save your file, okay? So now that you have your final file finished, what you want it, the way you want it to look, to create a JPEG to give to me, you're going to actually go up under File, Export As, or maybe you want to save this first as a Photoshop file. So you can see it has a PSD extension. That means it's a Photoshop file. Now we've saved that for safekeeping. Now we're going to go over and export. You're going to export to, and you want to export to JPEG. Want to change the size because it's not, you don't want it quite so large on the blog, so you can change that. I'm going to make it 1,000 pixels wide, and then whatever it will default to when I do that. and I will click export. Make sure I'm going to the right folder, and you can see it's got the same name as the Photoshop file, but it's got a JPEG at the end. Okay? So now you've got that one saved. Now you could do this repeatedly through each new iteration that you get. You could do a number of different photographs and do filters, or you could do this one photograph and do a number of filters. But you want to export it to a JPEG for each different view you want to show me. Okay? Thanks.